Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again. And guess what? We got a rookie. We got a rookie that won the Defensive Player of the Week. Well earned, well deserved. Hell of a game he had against the Eagles. I mean, the whole team played pretty well. The defense, to be exact, but he played a big role. He had that key third and second stop that led to the Cowboys' first score. I think on that play, he stopped the guy. He stopped the running back on before he got to the first down on 3rd and 2. And then they went for it on 4th and 12. And Jeff Heath had that amazing tackle on Alshon Jeffrey right before he got to the sticks, and they cut him short. And that turnover on downs, that was big. That was really huge. And shout out to Leighton Vander Esch on that. So with the performance that he had this game, he actually set a franchise rookie record for the Cowboys with that one. Hand clap to him for that. Not Jason Garrett clap, but a legit hand clap. So yeah, for him winning Defensive Player of the Week, he registered 19 total tackles in the game. 13 of those were solo, by himself. 13, and then he had an interception that was also key in the game too. He currently leads the team with 96 tackles. Now, as a rookie coming into the league, I mean, it's hard to set a record your rookie year. You know, you're coming in there, you're playing against guys that are bigger and faster and know more about the game than normally you would. But, you know, these young guys nowadays, they are athletic, they're freaks. And, you know, Leighton Vander Esch, it's funny because when they talked about him in the draft and everybody and the scouts and stuff were saying that he was Urlacher 2.0, a lot of people scoffed at it and said, he might be Bobby Carpenter. But as I digress, he ain't no Bobby Carpenter at all. He is 22 years old. He's from Riggins, Idaho. When he was a kid, he played 8-man football in a town that had no more than 400 some odd people. You know, small town, everybody knows each other. Went to Boise State, the Boise State Broncos, you know, the blue turf people. And to Cowboys' first-round draft pick. Now, those of you guys that's been watching since the draft and see the draft coverage that we had when we were there in Texas, between me, Mark, and even the Stinking Giants fan. Stinking Giants fan had some key footage because, of course, he was talking all that mess with his squeaky voice and basically killing us on that. And I'm just like, you know, he was talking like the Giants was going to win the Super Bowl this year themselves, but we see where they are right now in the basement. But that Leighton Vander Esch pick, I'll be honest with you, I was one of the ones that doubted him. I'm going to clarify something for you guys. I have never doubted Leighton Vander Esch as a player. You can look at my old videos from before. I always gave him his props. And one key thing I said that I did when I studied, you know, tape on him, basically I said that he's a great tackler. He's great lateral movement, left to right, sideline to sideline. But if he ever had to go against some offensive tackles, he was going to get hung up on the play, and he was going to get washed out. So he's better when he's not like a Jalen, where like Jalen is going to rush the passer and get in between the tackles. That's not Leighton's game. Leighton catches you on that second level, and he's a second level linebacker, and that's where his bread and butter is, and he's good for the team with that because that's what we needed on this team. You know, dealing with Sean Lee, dealing with his injuries, we needed a guy that was in there helping Jalen step up. And Jalen has stepped up tremendously too since his ACL tear and his nerve damage. So because of that, we now have a solid core. So you don't have to play Sean Lee as much. And when he goes out, we're not sitting here like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? We're not trying to patch and piece this linebacker core together. We're not worried about that. So But again, when the draft came, I was mainly upset at the pick, not because of him or the way he plays or his character, because all of those are great. I was looking for a guy like Derwin James. You know, he was right there. Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore. I wanted a defensive tackle at the first pick. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking at different. I wasn't necessarily looking at him. But I knew that we needed a linebacker, but I just figured we was going to get one in the second and the third. I didn't think that that was the look there. I did see that around the draft time, reports came out that they were looking at Vander Esch, but I didn't know that they were that serious about him. But when they picked him right there, I was upset because of the timing of it. Like, I had my eyes set on another guy to pick in the first round. But lo and behold, Will McClay, these guys know way more than we are. We're just fans, you know what I mean? But, you know, their talent evaluation is on a different level than we are. That's why they get paid the big bucks for looking for talent. That's basically what they do. That's their job. That's their whole purpose in the NFL, is to scout talent, look at these guys throughout college, study their tape all day, every day, eat, sleep, and breathe football, and get your guys. And that's what their purpose is. So, you know, I don't get paid to do stuff like that. So, you know, my talent evaluation is nowhere near that level. But I will say that I did my research on Leighton. I did think that he was a positive. Like I said, I wasn't mad that he was picked. I was just mad that he was picked at that spot. Now, coming to find out, you see how he's doing this year. I have no reason to doubt that first round pick at this point. Even though I did before. But again, you never know what happens in the future. You know, everything is technically anybody can be a bust. Somebody can be great in college and then come to the pros and drop a goose egg. You see what happened to Trent Richardson and what happened to his career. Sometimes people just don't pan out. But again, congratulations to Leighton Vander Esch. Glad that he's on the team. He's definitely coming out and showing out. I actually hope he makes it to the Pro Bowl. You know, they when they look at it, it's funny because when they look at the Pro Bowl, they look at big names first, then they look at your body of work and what you did. And a lot of times it's showman type stuff, like how many interceptions did you get and things of that nature. So I don't think his interception rate is going to be that high because he's a linebacker. Linebackers don't typically intercept the ball that much unless they play 90% of the snaps. But his tackles, his high percentage of tackles should definitely get him there. I know that Anthony Hitchens might be, you know, playing for the Chiefs now. I think that he might be in consideration for, you know, the Pro Bowl as well. So it's some steep competition up there. But Leighton Vander Esch, if he keeps going the way he's going, he has a definite shot of making the Pro Bowl. If not, maybe an alternate. Who knows? But but congratulations to him for that. That's big honors. And I'm loving this defense and these young players. It was a report that came out that, like, I think everybody on that defensive line, outside of David Irving and Antoine Woods, are all homegrown. They were guys either drafted or brought in by the Cowboys. Homegrown guys that's never been on any other team outside of David Irving and Antoine Woods. Antoine Woods is a great pickup. He didn't play much with the Titans. I think he flopped around on the practice squad a lot. But him coming here, great. I mean, him having those battles with Travis Frederick, that was when we first found out that Travis Frederick had issues. But come to find out, Antoine Woods is a player, and he definitely shows up and shows out for us. As far as David Irving goes, after this year, I wouldn't cry if he didn't come back to the team. But I think that his body of work and the little things that he has done should warrant the Cowboys at least give him some minimum money. And if he doesn't want to take that, then okay, let him walk. But I feel like at least give him a chance to get re-signed before they just let him go to free agency, because those long arms, and when he does play, it does matter. Another guy that had a good game, Randy Gregory had a good game. He had a sack in the game, and he was all over the place. And it's good to see that now, because he's been doing well ever since his suspensions and things from the marijuana stuff. But I look at it like this. everybody talks so much crap about Tyrone Crawford and saying that he's this and he's that. Tyrone Crawford is like the Swiss Army knife of that defense. Like, I feel like in a lot of ways that he's been that solid guy that's there. You look at all the injuries we've had over the time, like when we had before Charles Tapper left the team. When Charles Tapper was here, all the injuries he had, Malik Collins and when we had Lewis Neal in there, and what's the other guy?
He survived.
I forget his name, but throughout the injuries that we had on this line, especially with David Irvin's spot, and now with Taco being out too, they've been switching Tyrone Crawford inside and out. In the tackle spot, 3 technique, all the way out to end. Any given game, any given time, any given practice, because he has that position flex. But again, we already seen what happens when you do that with the Byron Jones situation. You don't want to keep moving people around, but he had to keep doing that because we needed it for depth purposes, and he was the one that can function in each different spot because he knows how to play those spots. But I just look at it like he's definitely valuable in this team in that aspect. And you know, a lot of people give him a lot of grief, but I think that he serves his purpose, and that's one of the purposes that he serves on this team. So I don't have an issue with Tyrone Crawford. I actually like him. You know, he doesn't play that flashy role. He's that lunch pail guy that's going to do the dirty work for you. So that's pretty much what that is. But that's all I have for you guys this evening. I just wanted to do a video. I've been busy all day. I didn't get a chance to do one earlier. So wanted to chat with you guys, let y'all know what's up. So with that being said, y'all, it's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great evening.